Hello, people of the internet. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, happy Friday to you all. Hopefully your week is wrapping up nicely. Well, we have another EP to get through, don't we? ENHYPEN are back with a brand new era. The title track was stupid good. Sweet Venom was unbelievable. But of course, that's not it, because we have a handful of B-sides to check out. This is the listen party. I don't remember actually what we called these, but ENHYPEN's Orange Blood EP. Now, I don't know what the tone is going to be like. Last era, of course, we had, Bite Me, Sacrifice Eat Me Up, Shakone. There were some good songs on that Dark Blood EP that we checked out earlier on in the year, but with the kind of energy that Sweet Venom brought to the table, I wonder if that's going to translate over to the rest of the album. Let's find out. DJ, roll the intro. Thankfully, ENHYPEN are a group big enough to have color-coded lyric videos pretty early on after release. So, we have got color-coded lyric videos for the B-sides we're going to be checking out today. If you've never been around for one of my album listens with me before, what we do is we run through the album from beginning to end. Typically from beginning to end, I'll read off the song credits, which I have pulled up on my phone before we start every song. Listen through them, I'll do my usual waffling. And then if you want to skip ahead to a song of your choice, that timeline below is going to be chapter based on whatever song we're listening to, so you can refer to that at your leisure. I should explain, we're going to be skipping Sweet Venom because, of course, I've already fawned over it once on its own. And the final two songs on this album is an English version of Sweet Venom and another version of Sweet Venom featuring Bella Poarch. Now, we may do the Bella Poarch version at the end just to hear how different it sounds, but I'm going to be skipping Sweet Venom. We're going to be skipping the English version just because if it's a language remake of the title track, we don't usually listen to them on these to save time. There are some exceptions, of course, if they're saying a language that's really rare, like One Us's Spanish version of Baila Conmigo, or if there's like a remix version that just really captures my attention, like Stray Kids' rock version of La 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 or the sped up version of Stacy's Bubble, like that. So I'll keep my mind open about the Bella Poarch feature version of Sweet Venom, but for the time being, we're going to be checking out 4 songs: Mortal, Still Monster, Blind, and Orange Flower, parentheses, You Complete Me. So let's get started. This is song number 1, Mortal. Lyrics by Breadbeat, Cash Cow, Hype, Wonder Kid, Tim Tan. Oh no, that's just composition credits. They've combined everything all in one. Interesting. Usually on my posts they separate lyrics, composition, and arrangement, but I guess they're all the same team or they just combine them all together. That's okay. Alright, Mortal. Is it an intro track? Oh, I was not expecting the melodic release there. I'm so glad it was though, because the song is so good already. It deserves a singing part. I hear it building. I hear it building in the background. I love the natural progression of it, because when you listen to it, you get a feeling when that narration is gonna end and the melodic part is gonna kick in. That's very nice. Then back into the narration. I'm still trying to figure out if this connects to the webtoon at all. Because of course that webtoon wrapped up, and they didn't reference it or link to it at the end of the MV. What an interesting way to start the album. I forget if this is... I'm trying to think back to that Dark Blood EP, and if we got a narration intro track at the beginning of it. But, I don't know, something about a narrated intro is just, not very common. And it's definitely got a little bit of a... it's as an intro song. What it's meant to do is to kind of tell the story, set the tone, really give a brief overview of what the rest of the project is going to be like. So to really start the album with an actual story rather than just telling a story through music, I think is a really interesting way to do it. The thing is, like musically, I'm really curious to see how Mortal connects to the rest of the album, because on first glance, like listening to Mortal, and then of course having just listened to Sweet Venom about 10 minutes ago, they don't really connect musically yet. So I wonder if there's going to be any relation at all through the album, across all the songs, or if it's going to be an album that tells a story from one song after another. But I do like the ambientness of the instrumental, especially when it's during the narration. It feels like it's a sound that's not meant to overwhelm the voice. It's meant to just provide a setting in which the voice is being spoken from, rather than accompanying the voice, and I think that's very cool. That's a very subtle detail that I really enjoy about that. Right, we're of course skipping Sweet Venom. As explained earlier, we're going to go to track number 3, or 3, or 3, depending on where you are from in the world. This is still Monster. Composition credits: P-Dog, Ghost Loop, Blush, Chris James, Hitman, Bang, Kim Jae-won of Gem Factory, Bang Hye-hyun of Jam Factory, and Jo Mi-yang. Alright, here we go. We have a nice groove going on here. Hold on, this progression is very nice. That little pitch slide from Jay into the choral release, very nice. It's another one of those songs that has a very nice groove to it. It's very chill and it's very smooth. I appreciate it. They're not trying too much. Oh, hello, vocal harmony. Oh, yeah, the I'm Not a Monster slide is so nice. Because it definitely draws your ears into that. And then, of course, the chorus follows it up. And this time, instead of a pitch slide, I'm doing a little flutter step from Hee-sung there. Nice. It's really nice to hear Jay getting, like, up there in his register. Because I know he doesn't have like the highest voice in the world, but he sounds so comfortable in this era singing higher. That's very cool. Hell yeah, that's a very nice B-side. It's very smooth, it's very gentle, and it's a song that you can just kind of sway along to. It's not very harsh. Actually, it's not harsh at all. There's really no like dissonance to it. There's no barbs to it, if you want to call them that. It's just a song that grooves very nicely, and I think, considering it follows up Sweet Venom, it's a very nice follow-up because it retains the vibe and the grooviness, but it drops the energy down a little bit. It lets the listener calm down a little bit. And then, yeah, the na 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 na, I'm not a monster. That's the hook, and like the repeated I'm a monster, not a monster motif is very well incorporated into the song, I think. And especially like the little transitions they do with that word. There's the pitch slide up or the little flutter step. Yeah, it's a song that you can, again, it's a song that goes in autopilot. You just press play, it goes, and that's it. All you need to do is just listen along, vibe along to it. Very easy song to listen to. I approve. Right, next up, this is track number 4. This is Blind. Composition credits: Davey Nate, Jen Neo, Leona Lion, Kim Jae-won of Jam Factory, Hitman Bang, Baek Min of Jam Factory, Jung Mul-hwa of Jam Factory, and Dawn of MUMW. Alright, here we go. Oh, that is not the release I expected there. Hold on. I wonder how the bottom end's gonna come back, because I'm expecting the bottom end to be pretty heavy. Interesting vocal effect there for the call and response. Build. We got a release coming. There's the bass. Wow, that took a long time to come back. It's like if that futuristic cyberpunky sound and that industrial like EDM sound came together. This is a really interesting blend of genres happening here. Yeah, the way it goes like futuristic cyberpunky, like even heavier for this chorus. I also approve of the vocal choices throughout this song. They're pairing vocals really well. Wow. And then it's like, it gets heavier in the post-chorus, which doesn't happen every single time either. Okay, compositionally, Blind is very interesting. It's very interesting, because they drop little things here and there that normally I feel like you wouldn't really get anywhere else. Like the progression of it, the full extent of the release happens a couple times in different places, but it happens in ways that I feel like the industry norm wouldn't be. I think the vocal pairings for this song are really smart, like especially that bridge having Nicki take the lead and then Heesun come in with his higher voice, throw a little bit of like an assist in there, get some ad-libs thrown in there. But apart from like, it's not just those two, everyone through the song I think is just placed in such smart places. The song, sometimes when you have an odd membered group, and you have to work around like line distributions on where to put someone's singing part where. Occasionally, you'll come across a song in a group where you think, why is this voice here? I never got that feeling with Blind. In fact, with Blind, it almost feels like it was written specifically so that those members sang where they were. And I don't get that a lot of the time. Typically, like, especially on a B-side, I'll listen to it. It's like, okay, bring in a different voice here. That's nice. But with Blind, it was like, okay, yeah, of course. Yeah, why wouldn't they be there? Like, that's the impression I get from it. So while it might not be like my B-side of the album, because I think at the moment Still Monster is B-side of the album for me at the moment, Blind for me might be the most well-written ENHYPEN song that's on this album right now. And I really like Sweet Venom, so I'm saying something. Oh, okay, this one starts off right away. So this is the last song I have queued up. We may do the Bella Poarch feature at the end. I still haven't decided yet. But this is track number 5. This is Orange Flower, parentheses, You Complete Me. Composition credits, Mark Raymond, Ernest Sibley, Nathan Cunningham, Ryan Curtis, Magsy, Ryan S. Jun, Yi Jin, Hitman Bang, Steve Aiello, Jun Jun, Yi Sudan. There are some familiar names in here, so let's see what this one sounds like. Oh, I'm a sucker for this type of song too. Oh man, this entire album is like coded for me. I'm also not mad at the fact that this isn't a ballad, because this technically is the final song on the album, because the other two are remakes. It's definitely end of album coded though. It feels like an encore song in a way. It's got the energy to it, but it's got the hopefulness, kind of like, the we'll see you again next time kind of vibe. Oh, and the beat keeps going. Oh yeah, nice light guitar-y pop song. Nice beat to it, nice pace to it, nice consistent pace to it. The song's bright. Lots of vocal harmony too. I know I talked over Nicki's verse there, but I heard the vocal harmonies. Yeah, it's like once the song really starts to get going, like you get that little bit of a break in the at the end of the pre-choruses, but once it gets going again, it just keeps going. Yeah, the groove is just so nice. It's such an easily digestible song. You just groove along to it. And that's kind of the story of the entire album, to be fair. Very simple little B-side to finish off. Well, it genuinely is just such an easy song. There's really nothing complicated about it. The beat grooves, the melody is nice, light-hearted, it's pretty, it feels hopeful, feels friendly. And honestly, on an album like this, I think it's the perfect way. Because I kind of explained this on every single album listen, and you're probably sick and tired of me talking about it, but pop albums, they'll progress in a way where it's kind of like a story or like a concert. It'll start off with a big rush, they'll kind of waver through some things here and there, and they'll finish on a really nice like final tone. So sometimes that's a ballad, which I really like. I'm a big advocate for a nice ballad. Sometimes you'll get like a fan song, or we'll get a song that feels like an encore at a concert. Something that the crowd can sing along to, they can get really attached to. It's really happy or really hopeful. Easy song to remember. Orange Flower for me is one of those songs that feels like it'd be at like the end of the set list when you're like the performing artist is waving to the crowd as they walk off stage kind of vibe. And I think that's really interesting because it does, as short as this album may be, and I say short, mainly say that because, again, this is technically the last new song on the album, and this is only the 5th song. But it just feels like such a nice way to cap off the entire project. And honestly, one of the main takeaways I have right now from this album is just how easily digestible this album is. Like, it is surprising how easy this album is to listen to. Because the songs just flow so naturally from beginning to end. The album progresses from beginning to end really without any issue. Even though the various genres depicted throughout the album, they keep changing up. The changes aren't so drastic to the point where you're thinking, where do we go to now? Like, I never got that feeling through this, and that's really interesting to me. There's a lot of albums recently, for me, you could tell when there's like kind of a sudden style shift, and I'm left thinking, oh wait, hold on, where are we going with this? This Orange Blood album, so natural from beginning to end. That's so nice. Okay, I'm going to try and find a lyric video for the Bella Poarch version of Sweet Venom, so give me 2 seconds. Okay. The song's short. I already know what the song is going to sound like. Let's just see what an 8th voice makes this sound like. So, here we go. Oh yes, credits. Give me 1 second, everybody. Credits: Slow Rabbit, Riley McDonough, Connor McDonough, Madison Love, Wonder Kid. And that's it. Okay, so a little bit different from the title track. Also, I just clocked that Jay has credits on Sweet Venom. That's so sick. Shout out Jay one time, man. Hell yeah. Sorry I did not clock onto that earlier. Because we do love an artist credit around here. I fell in love with Heesung's voice last year when we watched his Image in Service episode from a little while ago, but man, he's so smooth. It's a good fit, I can't lie. Her voice slots in really nicely. Nice harmonies too. Yeah, even though there's no proper bridge, that instrumental break is more than enough for me. Oh, 2-part. Sweet Venom. Okay, hey, that's pretty cool. That's pretty sick. Because I don't really know Bella Poarch's music or her voice all that well, so I didn't really know what to expect, how well she was going to slot into it. Hey, they got the assignment right. Like, Bella Poarch's vocal color, I think, is a great fit for this song. And the kind of extra harmony she adds, the extra vocal layers she adds with her, female voice, I think pairs so well, especially once you get into the vocal harmonies and with the ad-libs. It just adds a little bit of lightness to it that I think you don't really get with the ENHYPEN guys alone. Not to say that I think this is the ultimate version of it, but I think by having Bella Poarch in not just as like one feature verse, but having her kind of spread out, especially towards the end when we get her on harmonies and ad-libs and stuff, I think really spice up the song in a different way, and that's very nice listening to. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, genuinely, this has been one of the easiest albums to listen to. Because there hasn't been anything that stands out that my brain just gets affixed to and just will not let go. It's one of those albums that I can press play, let it go, and that's all I need to do. I don't need to think when I listen to it. I don't need to think about what's going on. I can just enjoy the music for what it is, take it in for what it is whenever it's playing, and just vibe. Or in the case of Sweet Venom, dance along, because that song deserves to be danced along with just Anyways. Yeah, that's a solid album. Definitely a different take compared to Dark Blood, but I think that's to be expected. That was a little bit more of a darker album, slower album. And Honestly, I like that Dark Blood album. It was a lot of fun. Bite Me still is an insane song. But this like Orange Blood era with Sweet Venom and all the B-sides on it, there is a little bit of that different brightness to it, which I quite like. It's not as high intensity as some of their previous stuff, but it's definitely brighter than their previous release, and I think that switch up is very nice. And the fact that they're able to do that so effortlessly like that, I think is solid. Solid album. Ooh, B-side of the album, Still Monster, I think. Although Orange Flower is a very nice song, in its own kind of ballady way, like my brain perceives it more like a ballad than kind of a calmer pop song. I think that's why I'm also attaching to it. But for me, song of the album still has to be Sweet Venom. My goodness, that, as short as it may be, boy, it packs a punch in that short amount of time. Oh, lordy. But that is it from me today. Thank you all for watching along with me. Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as I did. One last request from me today: let us work together as a community to bring a little bit of extra happiness back into the world, whether it be checking with your friends and family, holding the door open for somebody, or even picking up a piece of trash off the street. Just one small act of kindness that may brighten up someone else's day to day. And know that wherever you are in the world, should you ever be going through a tough time in your life, for whatever reason it may be, even though I'm just some guy on the internet who waffles about music in his free time, know that I will always be a friend, an ally, and a shoulder to lean on whenever you need me. So take care of yourselves, take care of each other, spread the love, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.